Hello, my name is Victoria, and today I'm going to be doing the This or That Romance Reader Edition tag. And I'm so excited to do this. This is going to be my first video on my channel, and I saw a couple of my favorite YouTubers doing this, so I wanted to pitch in and kind of give my thoughts and opinions. I have the questions right here, so if you see me look over, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Ignore my background. I'm currently moving, so there's lots of boxes and a lot of empty walls. So just ignore that. Once I get my new place, I'll have some pretty bookshelves for my background. But the first question is Cliffhangers or HEA, which is Happily Ever After. And I think cliffhangers make you definitely, especially in a series, make you want to hurry up and pick up the next book and like what happens. But HEAs also is like a perfect way to end the book, but I'm gonna have to go with HEA because I would rather something end on a good note than a cliffhanger and I'm waiting 2 years for another book to come out. So I'm gonna go with HEA, even though I do love cliffhangers. Question number 2 is hardcover or paperback. And I'm gonna say paperback. I love hardcovers, they're beautiful, but they are so hard to read compared to a paperback. Even though paperbacks can kind of get bendy and stuff like that, and hardcovers don't as much, I'm gonna go with paperback. It's easier to read, toss in your bag, flip through. Definitely paperback. Question number 3 is angsty or cutesy. If I'm gonna read a romance, I'm gonna need some angst. Cutesy's like, that's a good part of the book, but I need my angst in my romance. I need my heroine and my hero to be giving me that juice of angst. Question number 4 is emotional or rom-com. I feel like I kind of have a different opinion when it comes to my romance books. I'm not a big rom-com romance reader. I would rather watch that in a TV show or a movie, not really my books, and I don't know why. I'm not a fan of rom-coms in my books. I love emotional. I'm like, get deep, get raw. That's what gives me the good stuff. That's what keeps me reading and keeps me on my toes. So, emotional books, for sure. The next one is series or standalones. This is a hard question, but I feel like series for sure, because whether it's going to follow the same couple or it's going to break off and do like a sibling or a friend or someone that was involved in the first story, I love keeping the world the same, expanding on the world that you're in. I just got done reading a series, I cannot remember the name of it, but it followed each sibling, and I really loved the world that they created, and especially the family dynamic that they had. Loved it. It was amazing. So for sure, series. Standalones are good as well, but series for sure. Okay, the next one is Book Talk or Bookstagram. I don't really use Instagram that much, and I don't really use TikTok for my recommendations. I'm a really big Goodreads or YouTube, booktube fan, but if I had to choose, probably Book Talk, because my booktubers that I follow on TikTok, they have romance recommendations and more pop up in my feed. So I would probably say Book Talk if I had to choose. The next one is people or objects on covers. And it doesn't matter, but I feel like what I'm drawn towards, like if I'm, judging a book by its cover, I'm going to be gravitated to that good people cover, like a good couple, a good shirtless guy, or whatever, somebody sitting on a motorcycle. I feel like that's what I'm more drawn to, so I'm gonna have to go with people for sure, but either is okay, of course. So the next one is new releases or backlist. I'm gonna say backlist. Not that I don't love new releases, but if I find an author that I really, really enjoy and I love the story, I want to go back and see what else the author has written and read all of those. And then once I'm caught up, I'm like, okay, now it's time to catch up on the new books. So for sure, backlist. So the next one is TBR or free for all. Free for all. I do not have a TBR ever. I think when I was in high school, I kind of had an idea of like books I wanted to read. But now that I just graduated from college and I have my first big girl job, I kind of just want to read what I'm in the mood for and what speaks to me, so I don't go into it like I'm gonna read this, and this. But if it is a series and I really like the series, then I'll probably be like, I'm gonna read those books next. But I'm definitely a free-for-all type of girl. And what's so crazy is all the booktubers I watch, they all have TBRs and I don't have one. I just like to read what I'm in the mood for. So the next one is Open Door or Fade to Black. And Open Door all the way. If you're reading a romance book, especially if it's angsty, that's such important scenes to have in your book. That gives you that intimate connection with the characters in the book, and it goes with their love story or whatever they're going through. So Open Door all the way. Fade to Black, come on. Don't be scared, just do an open door. So Open Door for sure. Audiobooks or ebook/paperback. Growing up in high school and even my early years of college, I probably would have said ebook or paperback. But now I'm a very busy person, especially with my job and moving. And audiobooks are so convenient for me. I would say currently right now, most of my reading is done by audiobooks. I do have Kindle Unlimited. That's what I use. I don't have Audible. I use Kindle Unlimited for my books. And I love audiobooks, and I feel like it brings a new element because those people that are narrating it bring those characters to life in a way. And I read my audiobook when I'm driving to work, on my way home from work, when I get home and I'm relaxing and doing things. That's what I like to do. When I clean, anything. So audiobooks are my current favorite thing, but I do love having the physical book and just flipping and wanting to stay up all night. I love that. So the next one is Kindle or not. I do have a Kindle, but I do not use it. If I do read, I will use my phone or I listen to audiobooks, but there's nothing wrong with the Kindle. Maybe once I get more settled, I would love to get a Paperwhite, I believe they're called. I love those. So the next question is matte or glossy. Both are really good, but I'm gonna have to go with matte. Matte just brings that sexy element to a book, and it makes it stand out when you have all the books lined up and it's like glossy, glossy, matte, glossy, glossy, glossy. You're gonna look at that matte one. So matte. Do I like to buddy read or fly solo? I have never buddy read a book before because I'm not, a lot of my friends and family don't read the same things that I do, so never done that before, so I'm gonna have to say Flaw Solo. But that's one reason I really wanted to start a booktube channel, was so that I could have a community who love to read romance. And maybe I can do some buddy reads after being on here for a while and connecting with people. But I definitely fly solo, and that's fine by me. I just fangirl to myself, so. The next one is small town or dark romance. Dark romance for sure. It's hard for me to get into small town romances, and I don't know why. I grew up in a really small southern town, so I feel like maybe that's why I'm not as drawn to it, because I grew up around it and I'm not drawn to it as much. But there's just something about dark romances, something you don't see every day, that kind of draws me in. Like, who doesn't love a bad boy? You know, who doesn't love something that's not going to happen in your everyday life? I feel like that's just so much what gets people, is the unknown, the mystery of it. That's what I look for in a romance. But I do like small town. I just need to put myself out there and give it more of a chance than I have been. The next one is new adult or adult. And I'm going to have to say adult. I was reading new adult, books in high school. So now that I'm graduating from college, I feel like I'm definitely in that adult genre, and I love that. So adult for sure. Sprint read or marathon read a series. Marathon read a series. When I really love something, I just want to be like back to back to back. That's what I would choose 100%. Read multiple books at once or one at a time. I'm a one at a time type of girl, because if I read multiple, then I'm thinking about what's going on in this book and what's not going on in this book. So definitely one at a time. I can't do more than one. I've never been like that. So people that can do that, how? I don't know. I need to learn your ways, because I would love to. There's so many books that I want to read, and I want to be like, I want to start you and you and you, and have different times I can listen and read to you, you know? So the next one is Alpha Hero or Cinnamon Roll Hero. And who does not love an alpha? Come on, ladies and gents. Alpha Hero all the way. We can have the good guys and our little cinnamon rolls every single day. We want an alpha hero. So for sure, alpha. The second to last question is baddie or damsel in distress when it comes to our hero. I was reading over these questions before I started, and I was trying to think about, because I love both, but both could get on my nerves as well. But if I had to choose, probably a baddie. Like, I want all my friends, I want myself, I want my family, the females, to be baddies. So of course the heroines that I read about, I want them to be baddies, you know? So I do love a good damsel in distress too. Like, those are really good. These questions like pull at you because you don't know which one to pick. Okay, so the last question is slow burn or insta love. And 1000% slow burn. Insta love, I do not believe it. I'm like, this is a high school romance. It's gonna last 2 weeks and crash and burn. So slow burn. I love that tension, the intensity of the couple like pushing and pulling with each other. I love it. So slow burn, 1000%. That is the this or that romance reader tag, and this is my first video on my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna do the booktube newbie tag here soon. And I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and you'll subscribe and like my videos and channel. I'm really excited to get to know everyone. Please say hi if you have a YouTube channel. You can even comment your answers below and tell me why. I would love to just have a full-on conversation. So that's all that I have for today. I hope you guys have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.